Hi guys, welcome back to the Daily Vitamin. Today we're going to be doing a dry chopping blend off to see which one of these high-speed, high-powered Vitamix and Blendtec blenders can dry chop the best.
That's right, we're going to be testing for the consistencies between the blade designs that Vitamix and Blendtec have. The Blendtec has a dual blade design with a 3-inch dual blade and a 4-inch dual blade from the wild side jar and the standard jar, and the Vitamix has a 4-inch sharp blade with their low pro jar and a 3-inch sharp blade with their standard jar, and then the S series has a 40-ounce jar which has a detachable blade that you screw onto their two different jars that they offer with the S series blenders.
So what's really great about these blenders is that they're all in one, which means that they can replace your traditional food processor because they're capable of doing hot, cold, and wet, dry blending.
But what we're kind of interested in seeing is what the consistency is, because we know that a food processor chops really fine. So we're thinking that the Vitamix might win this blend off because it has sharper blades. The Blendtec has a dull blade design, so it's a little thicker, so the chunks might be a little thicker, but that's what we're going to find out today.
That's right, Frank. I'm ready to get started. Are you?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Carrot. All right. Go ahead and do it.
Mushroom?
Yeah, mushroom. Got it.
Stop.
Okay, next one. All right,
There we go.
next. All right.
Should I try using the tamper?
No. The next one.
Over here?
Do the best you can. That's what it's going to be.
There.
And go ahead.
Perfect.
All right. And go ahead.
Just blend it one more time.
Keep going.
I mean, you could get it out with a spoon or a knife.
Well, that was really cool. I mean, I thought that was very interesting to see the blenders actually chop the ingredients, dry chopping. What'd you find out when you were feeling the textures? Which one do you think did the best job?
Well, they were very similar. Some were a little bit had a little bit more water in them, and I think that that's because of the amount of tomato or onion that was used.
Right.
But they all blend and chop very similar, except for the S50 here, which, as you could see, I had some trouble with.
Yeah, the S50. Well, the jar on the S50 is really small, and it's tougher to get like the bigger chunks of produce into the bottom of the blade because it kind of tilts down like this. Whereas the wild side and the low pro jar are much easier. You can put in whole foods a lot easier.
Yeah.
But overall, the consistency, what do you think was the best one?
I would have to say that in terms of the way that I felt that it blended, the G series here was the best, and I think that it also provided for the best consistency blend.
Okay. The G series does have a really easy to use jar. It's a very big jar. You could easily throw stuff in there. It gets everything every time.
It really felt as if it was quickly dicing and not, ricocheting off of the jar. It was doing more of chopping rather than mixing.
I see. What about the wild side jar? How do you think this one did?
I thought that one did pretty good. I would say that was probably my third favorite.
Which one was your second favorite?
I would have to say it's a close call between the classic here and the C series here.
Okay.
Yeah, I am having a hard time deciding on that one.
Well, as far as the consistency goes, what we're finding out is that it's very similar. Even though the Vitamix has sharp blades, the consistency is almost equal between these two right here. It's pretty much equal. I can't really tell a difference.
I mean, the only difference I can see is that it is chunkier over here. And that could be because of the pulse setting that we used on here. Because it has like...
It's a little different.
Well, it gets stronger the longer you hold it and things like that.
What also a good thing to point out is the pulse features on the Classic series and the S series only have one speed for pulsing versus the Designer and the G series and the C series, which have multiple speeds. You could pulse at speed 10, speed 5, speed 1, whatever speed you want to pulse at. Mm-hmm. And they're also way more responsive. The Designer and the G series are very responsive to your touch. Versus the Classic, you just have one speed. You push the speed, and the blade just spins.
And I felt like there was little, if any, control with the S50 in terms of pulsing because it's just one shot of energy.
Yeah, it's basically one short, long burst.
Yeah, and it was hard to get each item into the blade.
Yeah. For the S50.
Yeah.
But overall, all these did a good job. The G series, C series, Designer, and Classic all did a good job. So it was good to see that you are able to actually use these blenders as a food processor, all of them, and do dry chopping. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. You can make salsas, you could dry chop for pastas, whatever you'd like.
Yeah, you could just add some seasoning to these and they'd be good to go as a salsa, chunky salsa.
Yeah, or you could add pasta sauce, throw them in your, the frying pan.
Yeah, and if you like a runnier salsa, you just add some water or you just let it run for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and the tomato, obviously the ingredients you throw in there, like tomatoes, has more liquid. If you do onions or mushrooms, it's more dry, so.
Yeah.
So that's it for this Blendoff, guys. The G series is the winner. It was the easiest to chop stuff in, and it had a good consistency.
Yeah, so I found that it was just so easy. There was no having to stop and shake it really. It just kind of just chopped things up very finely. Yeah.
And then second place would be the Classic series and the C series. And then third place is the Wild Side Designer for chopping. This is our winner. That's our ratings. So if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Also, if you're interested in one of these blenders, they all come with payment plans. So you could buy, if you can't afford to buy one all at once, you got a payment plan option. Both Vitamix and Blendtec offer. You could read more about that at thedailyvitamin.com.
And there you can also find our reward program.
Yeah, we offer bonus rewards. If you guys do buy a blender using our free shipping links, we'll give you guys some bonus rewards.
That's right.
And you can read more about that at the Daily Vitamin.
And if you really want to save on a blender, you can also purchase them refurbished and save about a little over $100.
Yeah, refurbished blenders are a great way to go. You still get a 7-year warranty or a 5-year warranty with them, depending on the model you get. So, they guarantee they're refurbished blenders.
I think that's a really great warranty.
Yeah.
That's a long time. That's really securing your brand.
Yeah, that's almost a decade.
Yeah. All right, guys, that sums up this dry chopping blend-off. We want to thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't yet, please be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we want to wish you a very happy day. Bye!